Do we have hand ups?
Here we go.
You should, but you're doing it today.
Okay.
I'll get your handouts later, I guess. All right. You ready?
Ready.
Did you pan?
I panned.
Yes, I put a quarter every 5 minutes.
Okay. When we are children, the men in our lives should be strong, valiant protectors. They should strike fear into the hearts of our childhood enemies. They should be our own personal supermen. They should not be pedophiles. But in my wife's life, this was a tragic case. Delonda has overcome tragedy and turmoil to become a woman who can truly inspire others to let go of their past and to grab hold of a bright and promising future. In the next few moments, I would like to share with you the inspiring story of my wife, Delonda. A woman of victory, a woman of values, and a woman of virtue. She's a woman of victory. She's endured the pain of watching her mother lose a 6-year bout to lung cancer at a very early age. And as I alluded to earlier, she was sexually abused. And the abuser actually had unmonitored access to her as a close friend of the family. She endured that abuse for 14 years. Now, the Center for Sex Offender Management uses a handout called Problems That May Be Seen in Children Who've Been Sexually Abused during their training sessions. And on this handout, it lists regressive behavior, depression, and anxiety, among other things. Delonda has navigated these life issues with panache and has overcome them. She's a woman of values. She didn't choose to stay in her state of maladaptiveness. Instead, she chose to move toward restoration. Her therapy became a walk with God. A walk with God and a love for people that overflows into every area of her life. On February 6th of 2006, Rocky Mountain News published an article, and a woman named Wendy Wilkins actually said of Delonda, quote, "She is warm and funny and compassionate. She's a woman of value. She's turned tragedy to triumph and holds herself to a high standard for a loving God. And she encourages and exhorts others to do the same on a constant basis." Delonda is a woman of virtues. Proverbs 31, a well-known anecdote of the Bible, gives qualities of a virtuous wife. One of these qualities is that the virtuous wife is a wise investor, and she diligently works for a home and family. Delonda does this. She has a business and a ministry, and she handles all of it while she's taking care of home. One of the other qualities is that the virtuous wife gives to her community. Well, the article mentioned above is speaking of Delonda helping people from homelessness to self-sufficiency. I can't go over all of the qualities of the virtuous wife. I don't have time. But in conclusion, I would like to tell you that Delonda is victorious because she's overcome her traumatic past, turning tragedy into triumph. She's a woman of value because she constantly holds herself to a high standard for God and encourages others to do the same. And she's a woman of virtue, fulfilling every quality of the anecdote known as the Proverbs 31 wife. Everyone in my home actually has a Bible verse that I've kind of assigned to them. My son's is Proverbs 1 and 8. My daughter's is Proverbs 31 and 30. But my wife's is Proverbs 31, 28 through 29. It says, "Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. He says, many daughters have done well, but you excel them all." Delonda's story inspires me on a personal level to look beyond my own dark past and see a bright, victorious future filled with value and virtue, and I would simply hope that it would inspire you to do the same. Thank you.
Cool.
Very good.
Appreciate you.
Very good. Sean, that was really good. Very